that is pushed by the NJEA in last Tuesday's meeting, where they are asking teachers, because they are a trusted profession and do not need to be medical experts, to ask the students and parents and visitors if they're vaccinated and to push the vaccine agenda. As per the REACH app that was in the Zoom meeting with the NEA and the NJEA last Tuesday. I'm just wondering if the Hillsborough teachers will be using that REACH app.
I'm not familiar with that, so if you can provide some information, I'll take a look at that, because I apologize, I'm not sure what that.
I certainly will.
Okay, all right, yeah, it was about a REACH app, but I'm not familiar with it, so she's gonna provide me some information. I don't know what that's about. One sec, you've had your hand up, and then I'll go back there.
Okay, my question is, you're talking about if they need to be quarantined and tested for COVID-19 and all. How are you going about this when even this corrupt CDC has come out and said PCR tests don't work? They can't tell the difference between the flu, they can't tell the difference between a cold. They sure as hell can't tell the difference between the Delta variant or any other variants that don't exist. So how are you going to say that everybody needs to be tested before coming back to school if they get sick? And how do you differentiate for the kids who have allergies, season allergies and colds?
Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
Right, but what I'm saying is these tests don't work. They have come out and said these tests do not work. They cannot differentiate the difference between a cold, a flu, COVID, or any of that. So why are you saying that they have to be tested before they come back to school when the tests don't work?
I am not saying anything. These
Yes,
are
you did. You were just talking about
recommendations
it.
based upon, the question is, why am I saying
It's
that
right on the
this has to be
CDC
tested?
page from today.
And so I
There's
am,
not a specific test for the Delta variant. They
folks,
can't
if you
say
want me to try to talk, I'll talk, but if you talk over me, I'm not going to. Yes, she is recording me. Yes, thank you. Yes, I understand I'm being recorded. Thank you. So, okay, there were a couple. So I am not saying anything. I am following the recommendations from our district, all the things you don't want to hear from our district physician, or some of you don't want to hear, from our district physician, from the local Department of Health, from the Department of Ed, from the governor's office, from the New Jersey Department of Health, from the county superintendent's office. So that's what we're
So
following.
you're saying you can't answer the question and you're just complying and doing whatever you want because you don't know the answers. And you're just gonna follow everyone else instead of having logical and using your critical thinking that these tests don't work.
What I'm gonna say to that is that I'm not going to engage you in a conversation like this in this forum.
That's a
what I will say.
cop-out. That's a cop-out
Okay,
saying you don't
that's
wanna
fine.
answer it.
Yes. Yes, we're actually talking about that. We wanted to get up and running, we wanted to, get everything settled. So, but that's not off the table. That's not off the table yet. And I think I'm gonna see you next week, right? Excellent, thank you. But did I see another hand out here? Yes. Okay.
Are we going to be following them in that we're vaccinated because we're not going to be sent over those current guidelines, or if you're vaccinated, you don't get quarantine, you just have to mask and test on day 3 to 5?
As of today, yes, that's what we're doing. And if you're vaccinated and were exposed but are asymptomatic, you can still participate in extracurriculars and athletics and things like that. If you're unvaccinated,
There's no logic to any of this.
then you can't. Right now, at this time. Okay? Yes. Right. The question is there going to be data published on the number of people who are vaccinated in district or in the town? In a given building. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure about that. I know the township does some statistics that are on like a COVID website somewhere, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Sir?
Why is the remote learning option not being made available?
Right now, according to the guidelines we received from the Department of Ed, they indicated that there's no virtual option available unless schools are shut down for 3 days or more by not just us. Like there might be a time where we may have to close a school or a classroom or a program like we've been doing. That's different. But if the state shuts us down or there's an executive order that shuts us down, then we would shift as we did last year, as we had to do March 2019. So right now that's what we got from the Department of Ed. Could that change? It might. I don't know. Yes.
Hi. So I just finished teaching summer school in the district at Hillsborough High School, and I talked to some students and just to know how they felt, and I was surprised that after spending 27 days with me, 4.5 hours a day, there were actually 2 students that were still anxious, and they said, what are your concerns with going into school? And they were actually anxious about getting the Delta variant or getting COVID, which is surprising, because they did want to learn, but they still have this anxiety. So I have 2 questions. One is, will there